Right, this is gonna be super wild. I'm making this video for what? This is a good question. I'm making this video to improve myself for a better speaker. I have seen myself as an elite speaker. So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go do some freelancing work for a few bucks? Impossible. That's not who I am, and that's not certainly what my values are. My values is very simple. I have seen myself as an elite speaker, so my job is to speak to the camera for as long as possible. I might want to speak to the camera for 10 hours one day, and I definitely will. And the reason I chose speaking as a career is because I've seen people who's really fucking good at talking. They are the one who become rich. If someone has money, if someone has money and is not good at talking, he hires someone who's good at talking and tell that good speaker to market whatever the person who's selling. So if you want to become rich, you just have to get better at talking. That's the skill you need to develop. It is a very soft skill, but it takes years of experience. Takes years of experience. You cannot just sit in a room and learn this. No, this is not how you learn this skill. You have to step out of your home. You have to meet people. You have to learn to talk with to them. You have to learn to influence them. You have to learn to debate with them. That's how you get better at the soft skill. But yeah, many people like to call this many people like to call it as a soft skill, but I do not prefer to call it as a soft skill. I prefer it the most hardest skill on this fucking planet. Yeah, it is absolutely fucking true. It is one of the most hardest skill you can ever you can ever learn on this fucking planet. If you master this skill, you will get rich. If you learn this skill, money would be the last thing you would consider. If you're just good at talking, you everything's almost just everything just appears in front of you when you are just good at talking. You talk about getting girls. If you're good at talk, if you've got a decent face and you are just good at talking, pulling up girls is easy. Easy. There's a saying: girls fall in love from what they hear, and men fall in love from what they see. It's so true. So you just have to understand. So you just have to learn to talk to people better if you want to get rich. Yes, name a domain that isn't people walking into room and speaking to one another. Cannot name. For example, let's say for example you have a copywriting skill and you walk into a room. How the fuck you are going to convince a person to buy your service? Are you going to just use your hands like this and that person would buy your service? No. You actually have to convince that do you actually have to convince that person with your words, with your communication, with your convincing skill. That's how you get paid. If I walk into a room and I've got no skill, but my communication is so fucking strong that I can just convince anyone, then I would get paid anyway. And I have no skill because I'm fucking good at talking. And I'm still on the journey to become that person. Because I've seen myself as an elite speaker. So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna learn something that's never going to be useful 10 years from now, 20 years, 30 years from now? No, 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 no. I'm just going to dedicate my life to speak better. That's it. That's just what I'm gonna do. Speaking is one of the most powerful thing you can build. Build, and it's not just speaking. It's combination of. It's a combination of body language, facial expression, everything. That's what makes a person a great communicator. If you see a great communicator, he isn't just speaking on the stage. He's moving his hand around. He's moving corner to corner. He's using his facial expression. He's using his smile, happy day. He's doing everything. He's doing everything to engage the crowd, engage the people. And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. So I have decided that I'm just going to dedicate my life to speak better. I'm gonna become an elite speaker. That's just what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Business. That's the second thing I would consider. The first thing I would consider is speaking, learning to get better at speaking, learning, getting better at speaking. That's what I would just consider. It's not some fuzzy fuzzy kind of stuff. You actually have to put the effort in. If you just get this straight in your life, you don't need to worry about anything. Money would be the last thing you would consider. Literally, I'm saying this. Speaking alone will solve your 99% problems. Speaking alone. It's not about the money that you've always thought about. It's not about the clothes that you've always thought about. It's not about the environment that you've always thought about. It's about the communication that you haven't developed yet. And you are just thinking, oh, I need to get money to fix my life. No, 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 no. It's a big no. You just have to get better at communication. Communication is the most powerful tool you can ever develop. Cannot emphasize on this. And I don't have enough words to explain this as concisely as possible. So I'm just gonna have to use my energy to exaggerate this skill. Literally. I can walk into a room, even though I have no skill, but someone just told me to get into that room and sell the service that I haven't even sold before. I would still be capable of serving those people with the service that I haven't served before. Know why? Because I'm fucking good at communication. If you're a copywriter, good. If you are a copywriter, good. Just fucking develop the communication skill and you will be set for the rest of your life. Speaking, because speaking better and having a skill is the fucking best combo. The fucking best combo, literally. If you've got a skill and you are fucking better at and you are fucking better at communication, people are just people will just run toward you to give you money, give you money. And I fucking truly believe that with 100% certainty. If I just fucking get better at talking and I'm just kind of good at something, and I convince people that I can't do the same service, and I can do the same service better than anyone. Then I'm getting paid. Then I'm getting money into my bank account. Easy. Just learn to get better at communication and be somewhat good at something, and you'll be the set for the rest of your life. Now that's enough. I have I've been yapping about it for 10 minutes. What's your goal? Your goal is to speak for an hour, right? How do you get better at yapping? You just need to yap. It's like it's like asking an adult how you got better at walking. The fuck, how you got good at walking. You simply learn to walk. You fall, you raised, and you learn to walk. That's how you have to do things. You fall, you succeed. You fall, you raise, you succeed. Simple. And there's nothing else, literally. Why you fail? Because you haven't done that yet. Why you succeed? Because you have failed enough to have the experience to make sure that you don't fail again, which is why you succeed. And I'm failing all the time. Why am I failing all the time? Because I haven't done it. I haven't done that. I haven't done this yet, which is why am I failing all the time? And after enough of failing, I will have the enough experience to make sure that I'm not failing again, but I'm succeeding. That's how it's gotta be, right? I don't care if someone is walking past by my house and hears me speaking in English. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is I should be able to get money into my bank. That's what matters. That's the main point. That's the main point of this whole exaggeration. Why am I trying to exaggerate the things that I shouldn't be doing? Because I need to change my circumstances. If I exaggerate, then I'm getting something, which is attention. And once I have enough attention, I can turn that attention into cash. And once I have cash, I can change my circumstances. And that is actually what matters. No one understands. No one understands what I'm speaking. They're just like, yeah, dude, got good at speaking, whatever. But I don't just speak English. I'm fucking a beast. I'm not your. I don't just learn this language and speak. I learn this language to become a rhythm of this language. I wanna I wanna own this language like it's a song, like it's a song, and I wanna sing that song for the rest of my life. That's it. Number one, get better at speaking. Number one, get better at speaking. And the only language must get better at is this language, English. It's an international language, and you just have to keep talking, 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 talking until you are not a fucking beast. I cannot emphasize enough. I cannot emphasize enough how important this is. How important this is. This is crucial for any profession. It doesn't matter if you are in software, doesn't matter if you are in sales. If you're in sales, communication is the biggest powerful tool you can ever have. 'Cause if you are convincing and you work in a company and someone comes to you for whatever they need and you convince them so fucking well that they can't get out of that except buying your service, and you will be the number one salesman at the company. 100% guaranteed. It's already been 15 minutes. Goal is to speak for an hour, getting better at speaking. I can speak like this for the rest of my life. I don't need to take a rest. But after 3 or 4 hours, I will get bored, but I will not be tired of speaking. I will get bored, and I certainly need to do something to get the energy back, to keep the momentum going. Like I said, one day I will try to talk to the camera for 10 hours. That's what my goal is. And if I just talk to the camera for 10 hours with no cuts, with no arms and ahs, just pure raw talking like a beast, then I would definitely build an insane amount of trust in the market. And once I have enough trust in the market, everyone is willing to buy whatever I sell. If I sell baby panties, whatever, everyone will buy. Why? Because I talked to the camera for 10 hours with no cuts. With no cuts. Just sat down, turned on the camera, and talked for an hour, which no one has done. So I'm gonna build insane trust in the market, and that's what you need. You need to build killer trust in the market, which can't be broken by any shit thing. If the trust is broken in the market, you're fucked. No one is going to buy from you. Not even your closest friends. It's already been 17 minutes. It's already been 17 minutes. And I need to speak for an hour. Doesn't matter to me. Speaking for an hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter to me. I just wanna keep talking like a beast. For example, I've got the stickers, few white markers pen. They're really cool, and I thought it I thought all of this stuff would be useful if I just bought if I just bought sorry, let me try to rephrase that. I thought buying cool marker pens, whiteboard stickers would be cool, would be useful. Now now looking back at my current scenario, all of those cool stuff are useless. Why did you buy all of this stuff in the first place? Because I thought it would be useful, but now they are all useless. Get better, get better, get better, get better. So finally, I made a profile on Fiverr. Well, the last night we discussed that making a profile on Fiverr and offering the same service that other people are offering, it's going to be completely disaster for your precious time. But but I've also thought that if I somehow just make 20K, which is 300 bucks, with that money I can fix something something in my life. And so I made a profile on Fiverr, and it's really not going well because I haven't worked on it yet. I just made a profile, made a gig, and thought someone's gonna buy from that. No, that's not how it works. I just have to keep the description really well, copy well, we gig video well, and some pictures like thumbnail to attract the eyeballs from the buyers. I thought making a profile on Fiverr and offering the same service that other people are offering would be the best option to get a few cash flowing to fix something in my life. I don't really know if it's gonna really work out or not. I just think that someone's gonna buy from me, and if someone buys from me and I get a 5-star review, then I'd be set for life because I will keep getting orders once I have a 5-star rating on my profile. I just I just I just love talking. I just love talking to the camera. That's what I love doing. I can keep doing it for the rest of my life, and if I don't get paid for it, I don't give a fuck. If someone were to come and say me if someone were to come and say to me, can you speak to the camera about this topic for 10 hours straight, non-stop, with no cuts, then I would just say, yes sir, I would. I don't need any money because that's what my passion is. My passion is just talk to the camera for hours and hours. And I would just turn on the camera, pick the damn topic that he told me to speak on, and I would just speak about the topic for 10 hours straight, non-stop. And I would just yell about it. Literally. Literally, I would just yab about it for the rest of my life. And I don't care about getting paid about I don't care getting paid for doing that. I used to give a fuck about getting paid for doing things, but now I don't care. When I was like 17, 18, I thought, what's the point of doing things if I'm not getting paid? And then when I turned 20, I found my passion, which is talking to the camera. I thought, I don't give a fuck if I get paid or not. I just want to talk to the camera for the rest of my life. And that's what I've been doing for 1.5 months. 1.5 months. I loved it. Fucking loved it. Right? Opinions doesn't matter to me. What matters to me, am I getting better? Am I getting better? Because I'm better than everyone here in my village. Because I'm doing something which wasn't done by anybody here in the fucking village. I'm the only one, and I was fucking fortunate enough to have this vision in my head. I don't know where it came from, but it was it was seed by God. Seed by God. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know. But with 50% certainty, with but with 50% certainty, I believe that it was a seed from God that has grown in my head, which turned into a vision, and I am really working towards that vision to make it happen. I don't really know if that seed was from God. I don't really know. I'm just 50% certain about it. Hey, but believing, sorry, I wouldn't say that. But anyway, you got the vision. But anyway, you got the vision, and you believe in God. But and you believe in God 50, and you believe 50% in God. You don't fully believe. You don't believe 100% in God. So what I'm trying to say, I think I just forgot my lines. Then I forgot my just line. I want to make this my own language, like I talk to people in my native language. I just want to make this my own language. I want to keep the rhythm. I'm gonna keep the tone. And with a perfect body language, I'm really good at talking to the camera. I'm really good at talking to the camera. I've never been shy. I've never been a shy guy in my fucking life. I've never been a shy guy because shyness wasn't in my DNA. So why the fuck do I care to be shy? It's impossible for me to become a shy guy when I have this ambitions to become someone, which is, and frankly, I found what it is. I frankly found what it is. It's speaking to that camera for hours and hours and getting better at communication. Because if I just get better at communication, I will solve 99% problems from my life. And 1%, I'm not certain. I'm not sure about that. Literally, it cannot be 100%. It always 99%. I'm not sure about 1%. I don't know what it is. But speaking alone will solve 99% of your problems. So you just have to get better at talking. And it's already been 30 minutes. And 30 more minutes I need to speak. I don't know what are the ideas that I need to discuss. But I just have to keep talking. Speaking is what actually matters. How humans turned their vision into giant build turned their vision into giant buildings. Communication. Sorry, the right side of my jaw really hurts. I don't know why it hurts. I've got a puff. I don't know the name of that. So I would say so I would call it puff. So I've got a puff right on my jaw, and it really hurts. It hurts like something I got bit by. I got a bit by an ant. It really hurts. It really hurts. So I would call it puff. It appeared on the right side of my jaw, and it seems like I just got a bit by an ant. Right? Cool. Keep talking, get better. Doesn't matter if it hurts or annoys you, you just have to keep the momentum. Keep going, keep pushing yourself to the failure, and just remove N words from your life, and you'll be set for the life. It's 30 minutes. It's already been 30 minutes. Now, 30 more minutes you need to speak. An hour is the best time. Sorry, an hour is the best duration to You need. Sorry, I'm not getting the right words for that. It's kind of unusual for me. Very less. Very not quite often it happens to me. Not quite often it happens to me, but I'm just kind of trapped with less vernacular. I'm just kind of trapped with less vernacular. I just have to get vernacular. I just have to build my vernacular in a way that I don't struggle with words in the future. I have to build my vernacular. It's already been 30. Speaking for an hour is the easiest thing I can do. Just sit down in the chair, turn on the camera, fucking speak for an fucking speak about a topic for an hour. I've been speaking for 30 minutes and the puffy just hurts when I open my mouth. When I open my mouth, my jaw just gets dropped, and when my jaw gets dropped, the puffy just hurts. Why? Why? I want to get better at talking. Getting better at talking is the skill that I need to get better. Why am I repeating this so many times? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the people. It only matters to me. So I have to make it less repetitive and more repetitive about the ideas of their life, right? You have to be less selfish about yourself when you well when you are in the video. If you are in the video, you have to be more selfish about the people who are watching your video. Off the camera, you can be selfish about yourself, but on the camera, you gotta make sure that you are talking about the people who are watching your video, right? I've got a unique accent. I've got a unique accent, and I've got this unique accent because I watched so many content from English speaking country. I didn't just watch Indian English content. I watched most of my content are are from English speaking country. So naturally, I would definitely get better at speaking like them. If you were if you were in a country which is full of dog, you would act like the one. Obvious. This is super obvious. You don't have to train your brain to act like a dog. You would act like a dog if you were in a country which is full of dog. Simple logic. So it's obvious. If it's obvious that watching content after content after content after content from English speaking country and not getting better at speaking like them, impossible. Impossible. I'm at a point. I'm at a point. Uh, I'm at a point that I just forgot my own accent. I don't know how my accent sounds. I don't know how my real accent sounds, but the way I'm speaking is subconscionized, subconscionized, something like that. Subconscionized, which is a cool word. I just have to put it in my phone. No, I don't want to put it in my phone because my brain is so fucking strong. It remembers that word for the rest of its life, for the rest of my life. I'm still unfamiliar with this language. You know why I'm still unfamiliar with this language? Because my subconscious brain hasn't caught this language naturally yet. I'm still in the conscious, I'm still in the conscious brain, trying to effort, trying to put effort, trying to force it to. Sorry, let me change the way I word it. Why am I sounding so complex? I'm still forcing my conscious brain to speak this language. My subconscious brain hasn't caught this language yet, naturally. To For my subconscious brain to catch this language naturally, it has to be gone through so many English content, words, text. Then the subconscious will catch this language naturally. And once it happens, I fucking own this language. Simple, 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 very simple. I'm at a point, I'm at a point, I just understand English. I just understand English. It's kind of like now I don't have to force my conscious brain to understand this, understand the English language. It just happens. It just happens in the background in my brain. It just happens in the background of my brain. Shit, my puffy hurts. My puppy hurts, like I just explained. When I open my mouth and my jaw gets dropped, the puppy just starts to hurt the muscle. And when, why? I don't know why I got this. I don't know why I got the puffy, the right side of my jaw. Maybe I'm getting a new teeth and the muscle on the right jaw of my teeth just getting pushed so the new teeth can raise up. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's getting maybe it's getting away tomorrow. Maybe it's getting away by tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really know. So the last reminder of so the last thing I want to say before I finish this video is that I want to transfer this file into my phone and I'm gonna watch this video 10 times and I'm gonna analyze where I made a mistake, where I should improve, how can I say that sentence perfectly with cohesive way, and then I'm gonna sleep. But until then, I'm not going to sleep. I go to sleep once I'm done with analyzing myself and noting every mistakes that I made. And after that, after that brutal self-realization, I go to sleep and I'm fucking conscious about it for the rest of the day. As soon as I wake up and I don't make those mistakes. That's the fucking last thing I wanted to say. Good night, sir.